It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen, but welcome to your Royale with Cheese, your in-ring rundown. I'm the NAKK Double G, and look, this happens to be the place to be. You motherfuckers know what time it is. It's WrestleMania season, and that kicks off with my favorite pay-per-view of the year, the Royal Rumble. Bitches over the top rope, 2 feet hit the ground, 2 feet. One person goes to the main event of WrestleMania if Vince McMahon feels like honoring it. So strap yourselves in, grab a meal fit for a king, get ready to feel the rumble later in the bathroom. It's time for this. We begin our lovely show with a 2-hour pay-per-view kickoff show because WWE definitely doesn't overpromote, overproduce, and just generally run things into the ground. As usual, I didn't get to see most of this because I have, somewhat of a life to live. But the concept of this match was Glorious Gable fighting the team of Razor from AOP and, what's his name? I can't remember. Scott Dawson from The Revival, Free the Revival from my memory because I can't think of it. And if by some chance that they win, both teams get a title shot in the future. Good job, WWE. You almost had me fooled, thinking that you actually cared about the Raw Tag Team division. By putting the match on the pay-per-view pre-show and throwing 2 random people from 2 random teams together because they couldn't beat them on their own. You almost had me. But as Glorious Gable comes out to the ring with their entrance, much like Icarus floating too close to the sun, a cameraman loses consciousness by flying too close to the Bobby.
And the glorious Bobby Roode! And I know how excited Renee is to be here.
And as you expected, and because I didn't watch it nor do I care, the Glorious Duo pick up the win with my favorite new tag team finisher combo fucking moonsault neckbreaker team combination thing that I love. After a really weird series of, hey, are you gonna do a move? Yeah, sure, I'll do a move. Come on, wait, hold on. Sure, take my hand. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll do a move. The next match on the pay-per-view kickoff show is Rusev versus Nakamura. A match between 2 gentlemen who are feuding over the bump that Nakamura gave Lana, but not really because she basically just fell off his back. Also 2 men who deserve better. And I only caught the tail end of this match because I just didn't care, but I also love my Ruru. But after a great showing of power by Nakamura by landing a landslide on top of him, Luigi dressed in tights just can't seem to put away Ganondorf, so instead he rips off the turnbuckle, which causes this large flightless bird to get really angry and lose her shoe.
Checking on Rusev to make sure he's okay. And what is Lana doing?
Luigi is furious of this large bird that is accusing him of cheating, so he yells at it, telling it to get out of his face. As Ganondorf foolishly forgets that friendly fire is on and accidentally hits Lana with a running move. Lana is severely crippled by 1 bump off the top rope because she's a serious competitor, as Rusev displays the highest level of care that a husband can have for his wife.
Lana! Lana, get up! Get up!
Lana, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Lana? Lana, get up! Get up! Luigi sneaks up on Ganondorf with the Kinshasa in the back of the head and claims the US title for the 2nd time only a month after he had just lost it, causing us to feel 2 forms of sadness deep within. One for the loss of Rusev, the greatest wrestler in the world, and another for Nakamura regaining the title and apparently challenging Brock for the longest amount of days he can hold a title without appearing on a show. If only the truth would set us free. We head back to the kickoff panel, full of old people with limited mic skills, who are here to tell us that John Cena is legitimately injured and will not be participating in the Royal Rumble tonight. Which brings great dismay to the C Nation, but that's okay. Braun Strowman is here to take his place. The coach turns to Shawn Michaels, the Hall of Famer, for his in-depth analysis on this situation. And unfortunately, the Heartbreak Kid is not available right now. Please try again later.
I guess fundamentally, I don't know that it changes that much. But I think the biggest thing is John Cena. But you know what I mean? So that I think there's more of a personality dynamic that, like I said, I think when everything's said and done, I think it balances out.
That's right, Sean. It's a personality dynamic. It has absolutely nothing to do with the size or strength or ability of the wrestler. Because, Braun's a good guy, but he's not nearly as great as John Cena. So, naturally, other wrestlers, had they seen Cena in the Royal Rumble, they would have thought to themselves, Cena's done like 1,000 Make-A-Wish campaigns. Maybe I should just let him win. The coach discusses the match between Mizomac and The Bar tonight, claiming that they like to do their own thing, and that coexisting together may be difficult for them. But foolishly, Coach makes the mistake of asking HBK literally anything.
I don't know. Again, one of those things that go even on the Braun stuff.
I think he's broken. Like, I'm not even kidding. We cut backstage to where Nikki Cross is sexting herself against the cage as she claims that none of the women in the Royal Rumble have any chance against her, that chaos reigns, chaos always wins, and she can't wait to play with everyone. Everyone will be forced to play with Nikki. Aiden English is on commentary for the 205 Live match now, and my pants are oh so tight, as the Lucha House Party comes out for their match, causing less excitement to the crowd than the candyless pinata in Kalisto's hands. Hideo Itami and Tozawa joined the Fatal 4-Way match to try to take away the title from Buddy Murphy, but that's just not gonna happen because he's 225 pounds at least. Sorry, buddies. About midway through the match, Tozawa brings Buddy Murphy down to the mat and makes bird of prey noises that could make any bald eagle jealous, when you could definitely tell at one point that this ref just stopped giving a shit about his job because this is the laziest 3 count I've ever seen.
The cover. Here comes Kalisto. Shoulders down. Near fall.
Buddy Murphy hits Hideo with the Murphy's Law and picks up the victory because he's 3 times as big as the other people combined. And then I interview him after the match asking if it's okay to ask Alexa Bliss out on a date. Spoiler alert, he punched me. Drew Mack Truck Tires is seen backstage doing an interview, saying that he's laid waste to everyone on his path to the top, but gets confused midway, wondering where his lover John Cena has went to.
Where is Kurt Angle? The Shield. Can you see John Cena? Because I can't.
No one can, Drew. That's how it works. Drew McIntyre ends the promo by claiming that he is now the king of the Raw jungle, as Finn Balor's pearly whites are way too proud to take on Brock tonight. Have you ever wondered what Shawn Michaels sounds like when he rapidly hit the pause button on a tape recorder?
That's what I'm going with. And just like 2019, I believe. Well, again, as you said,
I think we all can now decree that Shawn Michaels' mic skills were now hidden within his hair follicles. And it's finally time for the actual Royal Rumble with the man, Becky Lynch, as she struts down to the ring with her manly strut, here to take on King Crimson and his deadly arsenal of submissions and viper kicks. Now, they say for the SmackDown Women's Championship they're here to compete, but unbeknownst to most, they're actually here to settle the long-standing argument about whose thighs are the yummiest and whose hair gives Caesars to the most amount of children. As the match begins though, Asuka summons her inner Super Boo and breaks the sound barrier with her primal screams.
Absolutely unrivaled intensity.
Hey Asuka, what's your favorite kind of cookie?
Referees,
Personally, I'm more of a Chips Ahoy kind of guy myself. Back and forth action with knees and kicks and more submissions and suplexes than Kurt Angle could ever criticize. Neither of these women can seem to put the other one down. A super Bexploder off the top rope causes Becky's outfit to explode on impact, causing it to block out the satellite feed because no one in this world is ready for the man's breasts. Followed by a bunch of crazy back and forth submission holds and counters that ends actually with Becky Lynch tapping out clean in the middle of the ring to a Northern Lights chokehold, leaving me feeling like the day that I lost my virginity. A little disappointed and kind of surprised that it actually happened. Next up is Mizzo Mac versus The Bar. And if you predicted that The Bar was actually going to win this match, then you are not The Bar on predictions. Purple kilts, because why not? The Bar display what a well-oiled machine they are by stomping in perfect synchronization. A little bit into the match, Shamey decides that it would be a good idea to try to put Shamey through the announcer's table once again. But they forget that in a match, Shane has 99 out of 100 stats, and are beat down so thoroughly that Shane actually ends up feeling bad about his actions and decides to put Cesaro to bed for the night instead.
Uh-oh. Oh, Shane McMahon now positioning Cesaro.
I seriously can't watch that without smiling. After about 10 minutes of Miz getting his ass kicked while Shane needs the hot tag, Shane gets the hot tag and single-handedly destroys the Bar. This tires them out so bad that they decide to take a nap together while Shane goes for his signature coast-to-coast. Unfortunately for him, though, Cesaro catches him in midair and forces him to ride the Cesaro swing for an amount of time that even Mario would be impressed of. Sheamus makes a boo-boo and accidentally hits Cesaro with a brogue kick, and then Shane McMahon gets on the top rope and makes my dreams come true with a shooting star press. He is 49 years old. He surely is the best. Bull fucking shit. Next up is Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. And as we enter the match, no, Ray, please tell me he's just sick. He's not there. Where is he? I didn't mean to let the secret. I didn't think it would ruin your job. He's gone already? I made that video 2 months ago. God damn it, Joey! This match is brought to you by Donald Trump's son, aka Touchy-Felia, who's already copping a feel on Sasha Banks, so clearly this match will be called right down the middle. Early on in the match, Ronda shows her power by trying to land a falcon punch on Sasha. But Sasha side dodges and she accidentally strikes the post instead, knocking it out of commission. And after a beautiful series of counters from both combatants, Corey Graves starts to wonder if Sasha Banks ever really existed at all.
Never question Sasha Banks' talent or her abilities.
And you can't.
I question her ability as a human being.
Sasha Banks holds her own actually quite well against Ronda Rousey, countering much of what she brings to the table, well, except for this chokehold that the commentators can claim is locked in. Sasha Banks puts Ronda Rousey in the bank statement for well over a minute, even stomping her feet as she tries to reach towards the ropes. But Ronda Rousey activates, oh wait, I'm actually a real MMA fighter mode, and decides to pick up Sasha Banks, giving her a side suplex followed by a Piper's Pit, scoring her first pinfall victory. Good job, Ronda. You genuinely scare me. After the match, Corey Graves asks if crying is what being a boss is all about. And after years and years of Vince McMahon throwing tantrums, yelling at other superstars, and generally crying out loud, yeah, man, kinda. JR and King? Heenan and Gorilla? No. Corey and Cole.
Ronda proved something tonight, Corey. What was that? Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, you said she proved something, and I said, what was that?
Well, she did.
Sasha and Ronda do shake hands after the match, but she shocks the world by lifting up her fingers, signaling the 4 horsewomen of the NXT Apocalypse. Oh, tits! It's time for the first Royal Rumble match of the night, and the women are coming at us, and I'm really getting giddy. That came out wrong. I might leave it in. But who's gonna be number 1? Why, of course, it's Liberty Bell! Lacey Evans! Yes, the former police military officer, the one true lady of the WWE, wants to clean up all the societal trash in the women's division and claim the top spot for her own. Seriously, it's fucking Liberty Bell. Number 2 is Natty Ponderosa, who recently reached Super Saiyan Level 2, and was also my pick in the Discord I'm on for the Royal Rumble contest for a free WWE subscription. So go Natty, go Natty, go. Natty and Lacey Evans square up and Corey Graves takes a moment to ask Renee a very important question on live broadcast.
Renee, I have to ask you a very serious question.
Talk to me.
Lacey Evans refers to all the nasties here in WWE. Do you fall into that category?
She is dating Dean Ambrose, so you know she ain't 100% clean. Number 3 is Mandy Rose, as Corey begins to sweat way too much. Natty puts 2 superstars in the sharpshooter. She's got the magic touch. Number 4 is Liv Morgan, and oops, there she goes. Number 5 is Mickie James. Is that a loincloth? Nobody knows. Number 6 is Ember Moon, and oh shit, she summoned the moon from Majora's Mask. This pay-per-view now has 3 days to end or the world is destroyed. Spoiler alert, we barely make it. Hey, yo, girl! Number 7 is Billie Kay, and she's not gonna go into the room because there's a big scary buck on the floor. Shadow the Hedgehog's favorite wrestler comes out at number 8, instantly wrecking Billie Kay on the way, proving that I don't know, and you don't know. Only Nikki knows. Number 9 is quite divine as Peyton Royce makes her way down to the ring dressed like Eddie Guerrero for some reason, and then she commits copyright infringement, serious copyright infringement, by doing Piper's Pit on Nikki Cross right in the middle of the ring after we just saw it, 15 minutes ago. Number 10 is Tamina. She is big. She will pick up. She will throw. She will win. This hat was paid for by the Super Foundation. Tamina goes to the top rope because that's smart in a Royal Rumble, as Renee proves why she's the greatest commentator of all time.
Hang in there, Mandy.
Serious buildup of women here tonight.
Because, it's surprising that a Royal Rumble match with 30 entrants for women could possibly end up with a bunch of them being in the ring at the same time. What a serious gaggle of bitches, Renee. Tamina gets no air as everyone just decides to beat the shit out of Ember Moon for some reason, and then is eliminated by Mickie James with a sweet, swift kick. Number 11 is Jai Lee, an alternate costume for Asuka, claiming to be from NXT. And then Beth Phoenix predicts the future right before it happens.
Uh-oh. Not a good spot.
Oh!
Number 12 is Sarah Logan, a one-time wolf-raised lost in the wilderness kind of girl who had a grandpappy. Now suddenly a Viking that will rough and tumble her way to my pants. Your heart. Somehow Ember Moon makes this believable, either that or she's hiding the hover boots in her gear, as the Iconics eliminate Nikki Cross from the Rumble. I guess chaos is simply iconic. Ugh. Lucky number 13 is bestowed upon the Queen, Charlotte Flair, somehow looking like Alucard, as Lacey Evans eliminates both of the Iconics in the laziest, simplest way possible. I'm like 40% sure they didn't even go over the top rope. Jai Lee gets eliminated, but shortly after that, my heart gets stolen by number 14, Kairi Sane. The best pirate there ever was, but she instantly takes said heart and breaks it by starting weird foreplay with Charlotte.
Her second Women's Royal Rumble match.
Also, Tamina got eliminated. Sarah Logan too. We're at the halfway point and number 15 goes to Maria, who's wearing an outfit that's about as PG as my channel and is somehow now as big as Charlotte? She used to be tiny. I'm 100%... she used to be tiny. Number 16 is the Queen of Blow herself, Naomi, who immediately goes after Mandy Rose, attacking her for all the heinous actions she's done towards her husband. She does manage to eliminate Mandy Rose, but is almost eliminated herself by a powerbomb, which causes these people to be the luckiest group on the planet before she gets back to safety. Mandy then, of course, rips down Naomi from the apron, eliminating her, which causes Renee to forget that this isn't a fight in a high school cafeteria.
That was magnificent.
Naomi's gonna beat her ass in the parking lot after this.
Lacey Evans is finally eliminated as number 17 makes her way down to the ring. It's Candace Larae, another chick from NXT that I don't know. You're really small, Candace. You go, Candace. Number 18 is Alicia Fox, who has now achieved full Captain Ginyu mode. Alicia Fox and Maria team up for some reason, and then they decide to reenact Vince McMahon's writing process that he goes through every time he writes Raw.
Look, Alicia has a real deep emotional attachment to a sequined hat.
Maria does get eliminated as Casey Catanzaro comes out as number 19, another chick from NXT that I don't know at all. You're really small too, Casey. You go, Casey. Now, Casey does her best to eliminate Alicia Fox, but the power of Melee is just too strong, as Alicia Fox gives her a fucking tilt-a-whirl backbreaker through the ropes. Kyrie and Casey are struggling on the top rope, as Renee Young is slipped what I can only assume is a Cosby-shaped pill and starts having a seizure of some sort.
Real difficult situation with Kyrie Sane back here screen.
Zip zop zoobity-bop.
All right, zip it.
Number 21 is Ruby Riott, who comes out flanked by her Cell Juniors, who were already taken out of the match, who instantly go after Charlotte, pulling her out and beating the hell out of her. Zelina Vega decides to go full Jerry Lawler mode, hiding under the ring, as Alicia Fox and Candace LeRae are both eliminated by the Ruby One herself. Number 22 is the former World Slide Secretary herself, Dana Brooke, who manages to give KCC a powerbomb so brutal that she was sitting before she hit the mat. My heart begins to break in two as Kairi Sane is eliminated by Perfect Ruby, but is instantly restored like a fairy from Zelda by Io Shirai, coming out as number 23, laying out the Riot Squad with a beautiful dropkick. Number 24 is Rhea Ripley. Who the fuck is that? KCC lands on the outside, but without her feet touching the floor, causing Renee to malfunction.
Casey's feet have not touched the ground.
Uh-oh. Oops, scoot it.
Spider-Woman decides to crawl up the post because apparently real-life physics don't apply anymore, as Rhea Ripley's Believe It or Not decides to pick her up and throw her out immediately as she gets back. That happens every time. Sonya Deville comes out at number 25, delivering a kick to Rhea Ripley that could probably knock out a gator, as Zelina Vega is finally scared out from underneath the ring by the yuckiest leprechaun that you ever knew. Your favorite wrestler of all time, hell, your favorite GM of all time, Hornswoggle. Because that's definitely what the Royal Rumble needs. A tiny green man who looks like he hasn't showered in about 5 years. Dana Brooke and Zelina Vega both get eliminated as number 26 heads out to the ring, and it's the goddess herself, Alexa Bliss, who hasn't been in in-ring action for nearly 5 months because of concussion issues. The assassin of the WWE comes out to a massive pop while delivering a massive elbow to Sonya Deville, eliminating her from the match. Number 27 is the hugger herself, Bayley, who, although has the worst finisher of all time, manages to get rid of Rhea and Ruby in quick succession before my attention flips back to Alexa. 28 is the great Lana with a broken leg. She took one bump. She's definitely credible. Making her way to the ring at literally 1 mile per hour, the lights flash as number 29 is the Yuckfest herself, Nya Jackson, who wrecks Lana so badly on the way to the ring that even Fit Finlay is summoned. My heart crumbles once again as Io Shirai's life is pretty much ended by Nia Jax because safety is her one concern, as Natty goes full rage mode, lifting Nia Jax onto her shoulders what seems for only a beautiful brief few moments. But just like Gohan, that power cannot be sustained and is eventually thrown out by Nia Jax, as well are my hopes for winning a free year of WWE subscription. Fucking Nia. Number 30 is the Moonwalk, and I'm still not sure if I like her outfit or not. Princess of Staten Island, Carmella herself, who had earned that spot in a victory with R-Truth in the Mixed Match Challenge. Her moment doesn't last long, though, as Becky Lynch storms down to the ring to argue with Fit Finlay, saying that she should get to take Lana's spot because she took a bump that she usually takes at least 4 or 5 in a match, and now she's done. And because suddenly Fit Finlay has the power to do so, he decides to let Becky into the match because they're both Irish and that definitely means something. The crowd goes wild as Becky Lynch makes her way down to the ring, getting ready to square off versus Nya Jackson, Charlotte Flair. But fuck that shit. Pay attention to Ember Moon and Alexa Bliss, who somehow managed to pull each other out to the outside. Come on, girls, you know what could happen. It's dangerous out there. You know what could be. Aw, there she goes. I'm sorry, Ember. 35 power is just not enough to compete at this high of a level. Carmella gets Bayley into the corner, and Tom Phillips reveals the secret CIA training lessons that she took with the former president.
Just a thought.
Oh! Bronco Buster in the corner to Bliss.
Bayley holds up Alexa Bliss for at least an hour before deciding to just steal the buckle bomb, as her and Carmella flip poor little Miss Bliss over the top rope, ruining any chances of her hips main eventing at WrestleMania. Okay, just like delivering a comeback to someone, you have maybe 5 seconds to decide whether or not you want to actually punch someone as you're holding them.
Oh, we're going to see the face breaker once again. Oh, Charlotte!
I think the Queen may have missed her cue there. For some reason, Nia Jax was on the outside as Carmella gets eliminated by Charlotte here, who in turn takes about 5 minutes to bring Bayley over to the other side of the ring just so that Charlotte can miss her cue and finally big boot the huggable one out of the Royal Rumble. Charlotte attempts the same feat as Natty did earlier, but forgets her rage mode, nearly killing Nia Jax in the process. Only to attempt it once again, putting Nia over the top rope, where Becky Lynch sneaks up on her and removes her from the Royal Rumble, leaving us with 2 bitter rivals, 2 former champions to duke it out one-on-one. So naturally, Nia Jax pushes Becky Lynch off the stairs, injuring her immediately, so thoroughly that Becky Lynch forgets which leg is injured within about 60 seconds. How will she win? What could she do? Will she be able to overcome? Yep! Becky counters a big boot and finishes it off with a clothesline.
Yay, Becky.
Woo! That was a long one. I'm kind of exhausted. I wonder if the crowd's kind of exhausted after this match, too. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan come out for their match, and no one in the crowd gives a shit. And that's kind of unfortunate, but that's kind of what happens when your pay-per-view is literally 1/3 of your day. The Phenomenal One takes on Daniel Bryan. The new Daniel Bryan, who believes that being the champion of a wrestling promotion somehow makes it the best platform to tell everyone how shitty they are and how bad they're wrecking the planet. Surely the best platform, surely the most effective place for that kind of green truth. Midway through the match, Tom Phillips claims that this is AJ Styles' 4th wrestling appearance because 2016 was definitely 4 years ago, as this unfortunately lackluster match stalls on for about 20 more minutes. We did get to see a dragon suplex and a brainbuster though. That was cool. Near the end of the match though, both Daniel and AJ are laid out in the middle of the ring when Eric fucking Rowan of all people shows up randomly and decides to gaze upon the match without saying a word. Oh wait, no, he just chokeslammed AJ Styles and definitely just cemented his place as the first of Daniel Bryan's eco-warriors. Now, Eric Rowan is the first member and he is the element Earth, of course, but if you combine the other members, fire, wind, water, and heart, you get the planet's champion at full power, the new Daniel Bryan. Hey guys, you want to watch the Halftime Heat show next week at the Super Bowl during the halftime show? Because that definitely has nothing to do with the XFL becoming a thing in the next few years? Definitely. David versus Goliath is next, of course. And with no demon, Finn Balor has no chance! But what's this? Finn Balor unloads on Brock with a fury of attacks. Oh wait, there's just one belly to belly. Oh shit! Finn Balor pushes Brock into the corner of the announce table. Surely his former struggles with diverticulitis will cause him to cripple now. Oh wait, no, he just shows him with ease. Oh my god! He just hit the coup de grace! He can do it! It's gonna happen! He can do it! Oh wait, he just taps out to the Kimura really quick. After the match, the commentators would have you believe that Brock Lesnar attacked him with multiple F5s because, you know, he made him believe that he took Brock to his limit, and not that he's just genuinely a prick and Majin Buu always wins. This man talks more shit to Brock Lesnar than any superstar in WWE history. I think clearly someone forgot the 11th commandment, thou shalt not intentionally provoke the beast. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, you know it's time for the Men's Royal Rumble match. We're finally here after only 77 hours into this pay-per-view. The road to WrestleMania begins now. But what's this? Elias is number 1 in the middle of the ring to make sure that all the other members of the Royal Rumble, that those 29 other men learn what everyone else already knows. And no, it's not that WWE stands for Walk with Elias, it stands for Willy Wonka's Erection. And just when you think nothing from the commentators could ever surprise you again, Corey busts in with a statement that's probably the most true thing I've ever heard in my life.
I love the way he builds the suspense.
I love that we've been here for 4.5 hours and he's still just taking his time.
Elias is about to begin his concert, but he is interrupted by number 2. And if you guessed that out of the 484 people that they have on the roster right now currently, that number 2 would be Jeff Jarrett in a futuristic Ponch's outfit, you were right! Now, Elias is fine with being interrupted by someone with some actual musical talent, so he shows that he wants to do a duet by elbowing Jeff Jarrett without any warning, as the ref decides that this was the cue he was waiting for to begin this match. Elias smacks Double J with the exploding guitar and sends him on a one-way trip to the locker room as number 3 comes out, who is the combination of Michael Jackson and Luigi, everyone's favorite Nakamura. Jerry Lawler speaks.
Nakamura's got to be careful, though. He won the first title tonight, and now, greatest thing since sliced bread, but he's not careful. He could be toast.
Fuck that. Number 4 is the out-of-date suplex machine himself, Kurt Angle, who comes in and busts out some sweet Germans and some sweet belly-to-bellies, making me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. The number 5 spot goes to the Langston of the bigness variety, who comes out and immediately tries challenging Asuka's early attempt at breaking the sound barrier.
Oh, Phoenix!
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Corey Graves summons his inner Dr. Robotnik by claiming that the dunderhead Big E would never make it to WrestleMania. He'd be a simple embarrassment in the main event, as number 6 makes his way down to the ring. But who is it? Why, it's Johnny Gargano, of course. The name I can't pronounce correctly. The man who won the NXT North American Championship by defeating Ricochet last night at TakeOver, who is here to break the laws of physics by thinking he can actually make it to the WrestleMania main event while still at NXT. Number 7 is Hard Body Mahal, who comes out with that, oops, he's gone already. The Singh brothers manage to last longer than their caretaker when Big E realizes how much he's just been starving them over the years and starts to feed him some of his underwear pancakes. Don't look at me like that, that's what they called it. Samoa Joe makes his way down to the ring as number 8 because all you motherfucks are next. Big E gets eliminated single-handedly by Samoa Joe himself as Kurt Hawkins comes out at number 9 in genuinely what feels like less than 60 seconds. Now the man with a 250 some odd losing streak surely will make a huge impact in this match, right? He will do well, he'll be able to get all the eliminations, right? Nah, he decides that instead of actually competing, he's just gonna slide in and out of the ring before hiding under it for an indefinite amount of time. Smart. Oh shit! Seth Rollins is number 10. Arson charges are his worst enemy. Elias, no! Number 11 is the slip and slide champion himself, Titus O'Neil deGrasse Tyson, who although doesn't defend his sliding championship today, he does get under the ring immediately to spoon with Kurt Hawkins like they originally planned. Kurt gets pissed because he wanted to be the little spoon and coaxes Titus O'Neil to slip and slide over the top rope, gaining his first successful elimination, and then is immediately eliminated by Joe. I love you, Joe. Number 12 is the fake Jamaican, Kofi Kingston himself, who is entering his 12th Royal Rumble and is surely to do something accidentally on purpose that'll save himself because it's stupid and, happens every year. Number 13 is Sub-Zero Jr., who may or may not be going hard. And number 14 is Dean Ambrose. From the main event scene, he is barred. Kofi Kingston hits the outside with definitely both feet, but he paid off the ref, so he decides to use a secret technique that he learned on Corneria instead.
Not hit. Kofi is still in this, and look at Kofi Kingston again.
Guess what, guys? Number 15 was my spot in the Men's Royal Rumble match contest to win a free year of WWE subscription. So I dare you. I dare you to guess that I won. Did I? Did I win? No way, Jose. Number 16 is the Scottish psychopath himself, Drew Big Mac Tires, who instantly comes out to the ring wrecking the conga line on his way, making us all smile with glee. Number 17 is the man from the forest himself, Xavier, who is instantly forced to catch Kofi Kingston because he definitely just lost again, as they attempt to make the great beast with 2 backs, the Bakasaurus. Unfortunately for them, though, this transformation requires constant energy upkeep, so they are both eliminated by Drew McIntyre because Kofi Kingston was running low on reserves by this point. 18 comes to the scene, it's the Bruiserweight Champion himself, Pete Dunne, who comes in giving the fastest German suplex I've ever seen in my life. Number 19 is Andrade, who recently revealed his great love of Sharon Prince by dropping his last name, as Corey Graves just stops giving a shit after about 6 hours of straight commentating.
You see Andrade.
I think you guys just like to say Andrade.
It's fun. Francisco.
Apollo Crews is number 20. Yep. 21 comes out, and it's that motherfucker Aleister Black, another motherfucker from NXT that I don't know, who seems to have more tattoos than even Corey Graves, as Dean Ambrose is eliminated by himself in a sweet black mass kick. Number 22 is Shelton Benjamin, and why is he so big? How did he get that big? Ain't no stopping me from rolling out. My Love Joe is finally eliminated by Mustafa Ali as number 23 makes his way down to the ring. The Constable himself, the master of the Deep Six. The only reason that the CPS, that's the Corbin Positioning System, even exists. Baron Corbin. Michael Cole. He's definitely not a racist.
Look out, man! Shelton Benjamin.
Or was that? That was Apollo.
Apollo Crews eliminated.
Number 24 is the high-flying, death-defying, professional clown-eyeing Jeff Hardy, who was followed by number 25, the Santa-Clausing, the death-causing, the don't-stop-pausing Rey Mysterio. The smell of money is in the air as the Almighty enters the match. And oh, whoops, there he goes, he botched. You could tell that this was a botch because the commentators are generally shocked, and I really don't know who manages to sound like a pressure washer right here.
Well, how?
Bobby Lashley attempts to make up for his garbage by beating the hell out of Seth Rollins on the outside, as number 27 makes his way to the ring. It's Braun Strowman, and he comes out and he wrecks that Corbin immediately. A man I wasn't even sure was still working for WWE comes out at number 28 and shockingly eliminates Drew McIntyre within a few seconds. Number 29 has voices in his head, and I think he likes snakes. I don't know, he might. But either way, he comes out to the ring and he immediately gets power slammed. And then the competitors act out the physical representation of, what is this? I don't even.
No way!
Look! You gotta be kidding me. And now Mysterio. Oh!
The number 30 spot, which we all knew, goes to the truthful one himself, R-Truth, who is immediately blindsided by Nia Jax, the improbable force, who definitely didn't cause any injuries in the process. The crowd falls into a combination of excitement and confusion as Nia Jax enters the Men's Royal Rumble match, eliminating Mustafa Ali with a Samoan drop. Randy Orton sneaks up on the improbable force, leading to a stare-down that Michael Cole claims that the Royal Rumble is all about. Yes, that's right, Michael Cole. Large women versus snakes. When out of fucking nowhere, Dolph Ziggler becomes everyone's hero and hits Nia Jax with a super kick with absolutely no hesitation whatsoever. Followed by a 619. Followed by an RKO. That bitch is out of the ring. Thank God. Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio are eliminated, leaving us with the final four, Andrade, Seth, Braun, and Ziggler. Which confuses Jerry greatly, because, you know, as a WWE professional, he's been watching this match from a stone's throw view the entire time, so he needs to be reminded that all four are legitimately still in the match. Andrade does get bull rushed, though, eliminating him from the match right before he plows over Ziggler from the outside, leaving only Braun and the Architect left. In the final intense moments of this match, though, Jerry Lawler makes the foolish mistake of remembering that Nia Jax was in 2 Royal Rumble matches tonight and has this to say. Seth and Braun are hanging on the outside in the final moments of this match, as Seth pushes Braun into the post and finishes him off with a curb stomp onto the outside, cementing his place and sealing his victory on his way to WrestleMania, to the main event where he will fight Majin Lesnar. And, ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Rumble is now over and in the past, and goddamn did it deliver like I was hoping. The Royal Rumble is always one of my favorite events of the year, if not my favorite, so you knew I was going to have to bring it with this video. I'd like to thank you all for watching. This has been your In-Ring Rundown. Tune in again next week while I attempt to actually do this show weekly without losing my job for once. Oh, and this has been the Man from Earth with all the girth. Be the character you know you're worth. Toodles. But after a good... Carmella... This match is brought to you by Donald Trump's son. Donald Trump's son. The main event of WrestleMania of one Vince McMahon. But Ronda Rousey activates... Oh, wait, Drew Mack Truck Tires. Drew Mack Truck Tires. Drew Mack Truck wants to clean up all the societal trash. Princess of Staten Island, Carmella herself. Wow. The crowd goes nuts as Samoa Joe.